Three students were asked about the probability of passing in their mathematics paper. Let's understand their responses. The first student was very sad and said that the probability of his passing was low. The second one was really happy because he felt that the probability of his passing is very high. The third kid was a little confused. He says that his probability of passing is somewhere in between. So the probability just tells you how likely it is for an event to occur. Here, the event is passing the exam. In the first case, the likelihood of passing is not very likely. In the second case, the likelihood of passing is very likely. And here, the likelihood of passing is somewhere in between. But none of them are sure. They are just telling us what they feel and what is the most likely outcome. That's probability. Let's understand a few jargons used in probability. And we take the most common example of the roll of a dice. These are the 6 possible outcomes or possibilities. You can either roll a 1 or a 2 or a 3 and so on up to 6. Remember, you're rolling just one dice, so you will get any one of these 6 options. All these outcomes together form something called the sample space. And each outcome is called a sample point. 1 is a sample point, 2 is a sample point, 5 is a sample point, and so on. Now assume you're asked the probability of getting a number less than 3 at one throw of a dice. Look at the outcomes and decide. Which ones will result in a number less than 3? These two outcomes are the only possibilities. It can only be these two outcomes, 1 or 2. That becomes our event. These are the only 3 things you will use very often in probability. Let's review what we just learned. We saw what a sample space is. It can be defined as all possible outcomes. Then we saw what a sample point means. A sample point is one possible outcome. Any one outcome from all possible outcomes. And then we came to an event. And an event can be defined as one or more of the possible outcomes. Two coins tossed simultaneously and 2 dice rolled simultaneously are the 2 important kinds of probability problems you will come across in your exams. Do not ignore the other types, but understand these 2 types really well. Now think of the number of possibilities in the first case. There are 2 coins. We may get a head on the first coin and a head on the other one as well. This is one possibility. The other possibility is that you may get a head on the first coin and a tail on the other. That's our second possibility. Or we may get a tail on the first coin and a head on the other. Or we may get tails on both the coins. Do any more possibilities exist? Nope, that's it. 4 possibilities in all. Now, how many possibilities in the second case? Rolling 2 dice together. Take a moment and think of the different possibilities that exist. Okay, we may get a 1 on each of the dice. That's one possibility. We may get a 1 on the first die and a 2 on the second. And so on up to 1 and 6. 6 possibilities until now. We may get a 2 on the first die and 1 on the second. Or maybe 2 on both. And so on up to 2 and 6. And there will be 6 such columns. 6 columns and 6 rows. 36 possibilities in all. You won't have time in your exams to find all the possibilities. You're pretty much expected to know this. So, what kind of problems appear in the exam? Let's say we roll 2 dice together and we are asked the probability of getting a sum of 6. It means the sum of the numbers that appear on each die has to be 6. How do we find this probability? We know that the total number of possibilities is 36. But how many possibilities exist where the sum is 6? 1 and 5 is one possibility, 1 on the first and 5 on the second. And that makes 5 and 1 another possibility. 5 on the first and 1 on the second. The sum is 6 in each case. 2 and 4 is also a possibility, and 4 and 2 as well. And the last possibility of getting a sum of 6 is 3 on each die. 5 ways in which we can get a sum of 6 out of the total 36 possibilities. 5 over 36 is the probability of getting a sum equal to 6 when 2 dice are rolled. Okay, here's another one. When 2 dice are rolled, what is the probability of getting a sum greater than 3? Pause the video and try it out. I am sure most of you have come up with the right answer, but unfortunately, it's not only the answer, but also the amount of time you took that matters. One way is to find the possibilities that give us a sum greater than 3. They are 2 and 2, 2 and 3, 2 and 4, and so on up to 2 and 6. There's more. 3 and 2, 3 and 3, and so on up to 3 and 6. You would have noticed that the list is too long. This was not the best way to go about the answer. Think about it this way. We have been asked all possibilities which are greater than 3. It can also be interpreted as all possibilities except the ones less than or equal to 3. They mean the same. So we can write this as 1 minus p of sum less than or equal to 3. From all 36 possibilities, we are eliminating the ones which are less than or equal to 3. But why did we write it like this? It's because the number of possibilities we have for less than or equal to 3 is just 3. 1 on each, 2 on the first and 1 on the other, 1 on the first and 2 on the second. 3 in all. That's it. We didn't waste much time. This was equal 1 minus 3 over 36. It equals 33 over 36. That's the probability of getting the sum greater than 3. You would have had to write down 33 possibilities if you would have chosen this approach. The concept is simple. When the number of possibilities is large, use this approach of eliminating the smaller set from all the possibilities. This box contains 3 red marbles and 5 blue ones, and 2 marbles are drawn from it. What is the probability that both are of the same color? As we saw in the previous part of this session, there will be 2 cases here. Here's the first one. We pick a marble and then pick another one. And in the second case, we pick a marble, put it back in, and then pick another one. Okay, so what is asked? We have to find the probability of both marbles being of the same color. Let's discuss the first case of pick and pick. Look at the marbles and think a bit. We will pick 2 marbles and both have to be of the same color. So we can pick a red and a red or a blue and a blue. Because there is an or, let's write the plus sign here. Probability of both being red plus the probability of both being blue. What is the probability of both marbles being red? There are 3 red marbles out of 8. The probability of the first marble being red will be 3 over 8. And here we are not placing it back in the box. So now there are 2 red marbles and 7 in all. The probability of the second marble being red will be 2 over 7. This is the probability of both marbles being red. Probability of both marbles being blue. There are 5 blue marbles out of the total of 8. The probability of the first marble being blue will be 5 over 8. And now there are 4 blue marbles out of a total of 7. So the probability of the second marble also being blue will be 4 over 7. This will give us the answer for the first case. Now let's move on to the second case. We pick a marble, place it back in, and then pick another one. Again, there will be two cases here, both being red or both being blue. The probability of picking a red marble is 3 over 8. Then we put it back in, and again the probability of picking a red marble will be 3 over 8. What will be the probability of both marbles being blue? The probability of picking a blue marble first will be 5 over 8. After putting it back in the box, the probability of picking a blue marble again will be 5 over 8. This entire thing is the probability for the second case in which we put the marble back in before we pick the second one. I hope this solution was clear. Both of the same color might mean that either both are red or both are blue. What if I slightly modified the question and asked you the probability of both being of different colors? Let's see it on a new page. This is what's asked. Two marbles are drawn. What will be the probability that both are of different colors? There will be two cases like we have seen before. We pick one marble and then pick another one without putting the first one back in. And the second in which we pick one marble, put it back in and then pick another one. What does different colors mean? It might mean that the first marble we pick is red and the second one is blue, or it might mean that the first one we pick is blue and the second one is red. Let's write the plus sign as there's an or. Red first and then blue, plus blue first and then red. The probability of picking a red marble first will be 3 over 8. As we are not putting it back into the box, now there are 5 blue marbles left out of the total of 7. So the probability of picking a blue marble after red one will be 5 over 7. Now what is the probability of picking a blue marble first? It will be 5 over 8. And then the probability of picking a red marble will be 3 over 7. This is the probability for the first case. Pause the video and try solving the probability for the second case. There will be two cases again for the second case, red-blue or blue-red. The probability of picking a red marble first will be 3 over 8, and it is put back into the box. Now the probability of picking a blue marble will be 5 over 8. The probability of picking a blue marble first will be 5 over 8, and after it's put back into the box, the probability of picking a red marble will be 3 over 8. In your exams, you will be asked about just one of the cases, not both. It will be mentioned if the marble is replaced or not. If it is not replaced, use the first case approach, and if it is, use the second one. This box has 3 red marbles and 5 blue ones. And 2 marbles are drawn at random. Yes, 2 marbles are drawn from these 8. What is the probability that both of them are red? We have seen a similar example earlier. Pause the video and think about how you could approach this problem. If you are confused, then that's good, because there are 2 possibilities here. Let's understand the first one. We pick one marble and then pick another one. We pick and pick. What is the second possibility? We pick one marble, we place it back, and then pick another one. Yes, pick, replace, pick. These are the 2 ways in which 2 marbles can be drawn. Let's understand the first one. We pick one marble first. What is the probability that it is red? There are 3 red marbles and a total of 8 marbles. So the probability of the first marble picked being red will be 3 over 8. 3 red marbles and 8 in total. Now 1 red marble is picked. What is the probability of the second one being red? Look at what's remaining in the box. 2 red marbles and 7 in total. So we multiply this with 2 over 7. Why did we multiply? Because there is an and here. We pick and pick. Probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B given A has already happened. This is the probability of picking a red marble. And this is the probability of picking a red marble after having picked one. Now let's move on to the second case of pick, replace, pick. What is the probability of picking a red marble first? 3 red ones out of a total of 8. 3 over 8. Now that the red marble is put back in, what is the probability of picking a red marble again? It's the same. 3 red marbles out of a total of 8 marbles. 3 over 8. We can clearly see the difference. In the first case, the second event is dependent on the first one. And in the second case, the second event is independent of the first one. Now some of you might be wondering about the third case, of picking 2 marbles simultaneously. Just think about it for a moment. Won't it be the same as the first case? Pick and pick without replacement? Picking 2 marbles simultaneously might look different from picking 2 marbles one after the other, but the outcome will be the same. This will be the probability for both. So we can write simultaneously under pick and pick. They are essentially the same.